Stephen King's series, LISEY'S Story.
In case you're wondering where we were last week, it's our first post that we missed.
Yes.
We were busy shooting, well, we did a cover version of Bela Lugosi's Dead, the classic BAUHAUS song.
Yes.
With our band Terminatrix, which, if you hear the music at the beginning and the ending of these reviews, that's actually one of our songs. Yeah, so we did a cover for World Goth Day and shot a video as well, all within the span of a week, so we were very busy, we didn't get to do a review.
Yes.
But you can check it out over there. Link to the video. And it's horror related. Bela Lugosi.
Yes.
And yeah, another Stephen King series.
Yes.
There's been plenty over the decades. We always go back to Mick Garris's The Shining, The Stand.
Yes.
The new version of The Stand they did. It's always been pretty hit and miss.
Yes.
Mostly it's good, but sometimes it's a bit crappy, like Golden Years. I wasn't too impressed with the LANGOLIERS, Golden Years, both of those.
The LANGOLIERS.
I didn't like them so much.
The LANGOLIERS was the one with the plane, right?
Yeah, was TOMMYKNOCKERS a series or a movie?
I don't know.
I can't even remember. I haven't seen it actually. Anyway, LISEY'S Story is on Apple TV+. It's the first thing we watched on there, besides the Beastie Boys documentary.
Yes.
And the nice thing, well, a bit not better than other streaming services, but they've got little extra bits that you can watch as well.
Yes.
Whereas, you know, that's the thing with physical media, you get director's commentaries, you get documentaries, behind the scenes stuff.
You do get a lot more stuff.
Streaming services, you get the movie, that's it, maybe the trailer.
Yeah.
So that's a whole other discussion that we will have down the line. But now, yeah, LISEY'S Story, if they didn't pronounce it, if I had read the book, which I didn't, you didn't read either.
No.
If I read the book, I would have called it Lisey.
Lisey.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I think it's L-I-S-E-Y.
Yes.
Lisey.
How would you spell Lisey with an L-E?
I don't know. It just doesn't. I'm just thinking that's what I thought when I saw it. That's what it would be, and they pronounce it Lisey.
Lisey.
Anyway, I don't know if it gets explained in the book. Doubtful.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, imagine you read the book, you got the name, and then you watch a series. Oh shit, I mispronunciate all the time. Unless you see a piece of Stephen King talking about it, which you do get on some of these little extra
Apple,
bits.
yes.
And he mentioned that's one of his favorites.
Yes.
Personal story.
I think he said and I agree, it's pretty much a love story. It's beautiful.
But one guess what it's about.
A writer.
A writer. Stephen King. Hey, if you've got your thing, it's your thing, and that's his thing.
Yes, Clive Owen portrays the role of Scott.
Yeah, and he's got kind of secrets, strange stuff.
Yes.
He meets up with Julianne Moore's character, Lisey, title
Yes.
character. She's got two sisters. One has sort of cutting issues, and and things get deeply bizarre.
Yes.
There's a lot of, it's kind of, you know, it's not exactly horror, it's sort of fantasy,
Very much
supernatural
fantasy.
blend of strange things.
It takes you back to your childhood years when you like play and you pretend that you are somewhere else where you aren't, and you see this whole different world around you. I think only children really still have that, or only children really ever have that ability.
Yeah.
I remember clearly when I was a child doing that, and that I related with in this series, which was always also beautifully done.
And without giving away too much, you think that Scott might be dead because there's stuff that happened. It's sort of lots of flash forwards, flashbacks.
Yes.
Basically, there was an attempted shooting.
Yes.
But he survived that. But then they don't tell you what's happened to him. You're going through this, she's kind of mourning, and it just, all these strange things start unraveling as it goes deeper and deeper, especially with the flashbacks. You start discovering stuff, who he is, what he did, but
his past, which is quite significant and quite, I think, the most brutal part of the series, and probably the most disturbing part of the series, is his
flashbacks to
his childhood.
And where him and his brother had these treasure hunts with him, and that he sort of transposes that to Lisey, like to try and figure out something.
The bull hunt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sort of clues. You pick up another clue, go around and around, and then you get like a.
And then quite a nasty bad guy.
Yes, I mean,
Dane DeHaan.
When they meet, he was not a well-known writer, and he becomes extremely successful. And there's like this kind of a culty clan of fans that take his work extremely seriously.
Yes.
And this Dane DeHaan's character, what was his name?
John Dooley.
Mr. Dooley.
Yes.
One thing about this is everything is so, I won't say low energy, but with Clive Owen, he always like speaks softly, and the sound is so softened, and people are mumbling a lot. That's what really annoys me about productions in the last 10 years or so. People mumble.
Visually, it's beautiful, but it is quite a.
And it has that muted grade that annoys my eyeballs.
It is sort of heavy lifting in terms of sort of keeping up with it because of all the flashbacks and forwards and sideways, and then also in some places quite difficult to watch, and but not for the right reasons, and also very muted. It's very muted. There's nothing flashy about it. But I think that's also part of the appeal of it. It's very cool.
But it's leading to a huge climax, but family dynamics between the three sisters.
Yes.
You know, and this Dooley guy, he becomes a major threat.
Yes.
Because he believes the world needs Scott's work.
Yes.
And she must kind of give it up, the stuff that hasn't been published.
Yes, his unpublished works.
Yeah.
And she's not willing to do that.
Well, not under their...
Yeah, not under... Because that initially John Dooley gets sort of recruited by this professor, literature or whatever.
But he had no idea how far this guy would go.
Yes, he wasn't quite aware of how disturbing this oak could be.
But I must say, it often happens. I think we mentioned it in the previous series as well. By about episode 5, 6, I was like, okay, now you guys must now get a move on.
Yes, it becomes a little bit taxing, laboured.
No, it is a demanding. I found it very demanding.
Yes.
It's heavy. It's like heavy drama, and you know the actors are all good.
They're brilliant.
So it's convincing, but it's just when it's too heavy.
Which I think is I think Stephen King was very hands-on with this one.
Yeah, he wrote the screenplay.
He wrote the screenplay, and he was on the set. By the looks of it, the way it looked when they showed the behind the scenes, and I think probably the closest adaptation of any of his works, probably. Directly.
I don't know if and when it will go beyond Apple TV. I guess eventually people can either, regular TV stations can buy these things. Another series I wanted to mention was Outsider. That was
That was brilliant.
one of the better recent
probably
Stephen King series.
But it's also because I love Jason Bateman. But probably the only Stephen King where I saw the series and then I bought the book. Still have to read it. I was adamant. I was so into the series that when we got to a point where we couldn't watch anymore because of it was only up until a point.
Yeah, I think it came out weekly.
Yes.
On what's it on Showmax?
And I said I'm going to buy the book because I have to know. I have to know what's happening.
But I guess now if you read it now, it's going to be delve far deeper into.
Yeah. And also the characters are going to be.
You're going to picture Jason Bateman.
Yeah, which is fine.
But you will get far more Stephen King out of the book.
Yes, definitely. Because it seems like it can also become a very sort of complex.
Yeah. But we're not talking about Outsider. We're talking about LISEY'S Story.
Yes.
Nice intro with these puppets.
Marionettes.
Yeah. The soundtrack is good. You know, it ticks the boxes.
Absolutely.
Except for me, it just dragged me.
It's heavy.
Often.
It is heavy. It's heavy subject.
And also just, the way people act and react. It's frustrating when you know this is what they can and what they should do and they don't.
Yeah.
I think they do it on purpose to get you freaking going. Yeah.
Yes. But I mean, all in all, I would highly recommend any person to watch it, and Stephen King fans.
You can never, I guess you can never get enough of Stephen King. I mean, we also, the other day, also discovered, we always just saw the movie length cut of Salem's Lot. And then the other day we scrolled around Tubi and there was the full series, the mini-series length over 3 hours.
It was actually nice watching it.
We thought, hey, let's watch it. So we'll be talking about that at some stage, I'm sure.
It did age.
Oh, big time.
Broken Jeep car door.
Bang, bang.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but yeah, it was cool.
we digress again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess you can't really say much more than if you like Stephen King, I'm sure you'll be happy with this.
Yeah.
Julianne Moore, she's always good. But score-wise, what will you give it?
A 7.
A 7? Yeah.
The
Same
solid
here.
7. Yes.
Man, we're good with our matching scores. So if you, make a plan. But now I guess, like I said, if you have Apple TV Plus,
Yeah.
if you don't, I don't know when it'll end up wherever, if you can buy it on DVD or Blu-ray, if you still collect your physical media like we do, not often, but you know, the essentials we sort of acquire.
And like anything, like any other work of Stephen King, I mean, I think I would have enjoyed reading the book first, but
yeah, but time. Cool. Please subscribe. Check out the rest of our playlists.
Comment,
like, and we'll catch you on the next one.